Hello friends, welcome back. So after completion of temperate cyclone, now I will discuss here tropical cyclone. Okay. Now what exactly tropical cyclone? So for tropical cyclone we know a very important word that we use for tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone are more powerful, destructive, dangerous and deadly atmospheric storm on the planet Earth. Okay, so this indicate that this is a one type of atmospheric storm which is more powerful. It can have a cumulonimbus cloud, thunder and lightning, destructive because it also associated with your storm surges, and also the wind speed is very high, very heavy rainfall, dangerous, deadly. So when it landfall or hit the coastal area, it caused lot of disaster. Okay, it is very deadly, loss of human life and property that happened because of this tropical cyclone. Now tropical cyclone diameter is maximum 650 kilometer. Okay, it will be a vary between your less than 650 kilometer. The maximum diameter is 650 kilometer. In temperate cyclone, we know in temperate cyclone the minimum diameter is 1000 kilometer, but the diameter of tropical cyclone is 650 kilometers, the maximum. Now tropical cyclone rotate anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere and clockwise in southern hemisphere, and you know the reason behind is, so reason behind is your Coriolis force. Now this tropical cyclone, that is formed between tropic of Cancer and tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so in tropical regions, and it is known by a different name. For example, in Indian Ocean it is known as cyclone. Northwestern part of Australia it is known as willy willies. Okay, in North Atlantic Ocean it is known as hurricanes, एंड इन नॉर्थ पैसिफिक ओशन स्पेशली साउथ चाइना सी में इसको टाइफोन्स के नाम से जानते हैं. सो सेम टाइप ऑफ फेनोमेना बट नोन बाय अ डिफरेंट नेम. सो लोकेशन के साथ साथ नाम याद रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एग्जाम में आपसे प्रीलिम्स में भी पूछा जा सकता है व्हाट विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर इज करेक्टली मैच्ड. सो पैसिफिक ओशन में इसको कहते हैं, नॉर्थ पैसिफिक ओशन में टाइफोन्स कहते हैं, नॉर्थ एटलांटिक ओशन में हरिकेन्स, इंडियन ओशन में बे ऑफ बंगाल में जो साइक्लोन फॉर्म होता है अरेबियन सी में उसको सिंपली साइक्लोन कहते हैं, एंड नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इसको विली विलीज कहते हैं. ओके, अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज अबाउट द स्पीड. नाउ द स्पीड ऑफ साइक्लोन इज बिटवीन 32 किलोमीटर पर आवर टू 200, मोर देन 200 किलोमीटर पर आवर. उसका स्पीड बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्पीड वी नो this is which one is called a severe cyclone, very severe cyclone, सुपर साइक्लोन. जब स्पीड 200 किलोमीटर पर आवर से ज़्यादा है तो उस टाइप को साइक्लोन को हम लोग सुपर साइक्लोन कहते हैं. ओके, नाउ डायरेक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो ट्रॉपिकल साइक्लोन मूव टुवार्ड्स द वेस्ट. ओके, ये डायरेक्शन मूव करेगा, इस तरह से मूव करेगा अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ ट्रेड विंड. सो इट मूव वेस्टवर्ड, ईस्ट टू वेस्ट अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ ट्रेड विंड्स. ओके, so this is the direction and only formed over ocean surface. Another important feature is tropical cyclone is only formed over the ocean surface. It not form over the continent, unlike your you see in temperate cyclone which is formed over both continent and ocean. Okay, so this is some important point about the tropical cyclone. So here we are going to discuss about the formation of tropical cyclone. In geography, basically there is no any acceptable theory that explain origin and formation of tropical cyclone. Okay, still a debatable topic, but there is some trigger mechanism that cause for the origin of tropical cyclone, and in this case here are some important conditions required for the formation of tropical cyclone. Now the first important condition for the formation of tropical cyclone is, as we know that tropical cyclone only formed over the oceanic surface water, it will not form over the continent or the land. So warm ocean surface temperature more than or equal to 27 degrees Celsius is the first condition for origin of tropical cyclone. This is not only, also the up to the depth of 60 to 70 meter, this temperature must be maintained up to the depth of 60 to 70 meter, because in this case if suppose temperature is not the same till the depth of 70 meter, 60 to 70 meter, then because of churning and mixing cold water reaches on the surface and that will cause dissipate the cyclone. मतलब cyclone में cold water हो जाएगा and that will be a cause for death of the cyclone. So that's why a warm ocean surface temperature more than equal to 27 degrees Celsius, along with this temperature must be maintained at the depth of till the depth of 60 to 70 meter. Second one is called presence of ITCZ. So what this ITCZ means, intertropical convergence zone. ITCZ मतलब हुआ गया क्या? It is a low pressure area which attract the air from all direction. Now, if this is a ITCZ, low pressure, so all surrounding air will be moved toward the low pressure area, and because of the Coriolis force, it will be circulate, it will be rotate, and it will be started to move upward. Okay, so this is how a cyclone is formed. So presence of ITCZ is important. Presence of Coriolis force is important because this Coriolis force causes a wind to deflect right hand side in northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere, and this is the case when a low pressure at the center, so surrounding air will try to reach toward the center, but they're not able to occupy the central low pressure, so it started to rotate in an anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. Okay, fourth important condition here is minimum or weak wind shear. Wind shear means विथ इंक्रीज इन हाइट, अगर हाइट इंक्रीज कर रहा है तो विंड का जो स्पीड होना चाहिए उसका ज़्यादा वेरिएशन नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके, इट शुड बी लाइक अ मिनिमम डिफरेंस इन स्पीड ऑफ द विंड, so that a cyclone must be a maintained. Okay, so whatever the air is rising that can reach at the height and it will be diverge. Okay, a divergence होना चाहिए. So that's why minimum weak vertical wind shear. Then fifth one is called divergent circulation in upper troposphere. So this divergent circulation upper troposphere is important because whatever the air is rising from the low pressure, it must be diverged so that this will be a maintained. तो इसलिए divergent circulation in upper troposphere भी होना चाहिए. And the sixth condition is presence of pre-existing disturbance at lower altitude so that it will be intensified and become into a well matured cyclone. Okay, so these are the 6 important conditions required for the formation of tropical cyclone. Okay, see here we are going to discuss structure of tropical cyclone. Okay, so structure of tropical cyclone, as you see, this is the simplest diagram. In exam you will draw a very simplest diagram, no need to draw give a more time for drawing a diagram, that will be kill your time also. So you can draw a very simple diagram, just locate important parts of the cyclone. For example, here important part are called eye of the cyclone, eye wall and rain bands. You can show a troposphere, this is the troposphere region. So we will discuss here an important part of the cyclone. Here is eye. So central part and core part of the cyclone, tropical cyclone, is eye of the cyclone. As you see here, wind is, air is rises here. Okay, air is rises, and eye of the cyclone is characterized by a very calm condition, very clear sky, clear weather condition, and here a temperature is very high and low pressure. Relative humidity is also very high. So eye of the cyclone is a calm condition, बहुत ही calm condition होता है. Air is rising and diverge into different directions. So eye is surrounded by a eye wall. You see eye wall here is also, and eye wall here is also. Now this eye wall diameter is 10 to 20 kilometer, and this eye wall is associated with this cumulonimbus cloud. And when we use the word cumulonimbus cloud, it indicates a very heavy rainfall, thunder, lightning. So cumulonimbus cloud is mostly associated with thunder and lightning. Clear? So this is a case where our temperature is a very high, speed of the wind is very high. You can say a most destructive part of the cyclone is the eye wall. यहाँ बहुत ही violent weather condition होगा, विंड स्पीड बहुत ही ज़्यादा हाई होगा, और यही एरिया है जहाँ पर रेनफॉल वेरी हैवी होगा, काफ़ी हैवी रेनफॉल होगा. क्यूमुलिम्बस क्लाउड है, थंडर एंड लाइटनिंग, ऑल आर एसोसिएटेड, ऑल यू नो द बैड वेदर कंडीशन आर एसोसिएटेड विद द आई वॉल. Now see, whatever the air is rises, this air is now moving towards with covering some distance. It started sinking downward, and again it attract toward the low pressure. So you can say it's like a convection sail is formed. Okay, and this is called a rain bands. This is also more associated with the tropical cyclone. You can say outer periphery. Cumulonimbus cloud यहाँ भी होता है, rainfalls होते हैं, and this is the air is sinking and attract toward the low pressure, and again it rises. So you can say a one sail is complete sail is formed. So whenever cyclone approaches towards the coastal area, Okay, and you are, suppose you are observer and you are watching cyclone is approaching towards you. You first you will see a rain bands, then you will see the eye wall. Okay, very violent weather condition, and suddenly you will find a weather becomes normal, very calm condition. You think that complete entire cyclone is passes away, and now every situation is controlled, but suddenly the next eye wall will become, and that also bring very heavy rainfall. Okay, very heavy wind speeds are very high. Okay, violent weather storm surges, बहुत सारे चीज होंगे जो कि disasters लाएंगे, and that cause the again disaster in coastal area. So when complete eye wall and eye wall जब पार हो जाते हैं, landfall होने लगते हैं, then this is the condition when cyclone dies off, because supply of water is completely cut off, and that the water vapor is the main fuel behind for existence of cyclone. Once supply of water is cut off, cyclone dies out. Okay, so this is the structure of tropical cyclone.